Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum. So if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel. We're actually going to be talking about on-chain analysis today. So make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, please check out the Telegram channel in the description below and my website if you want access to exclusive content. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we talked a while back about the hash rate of Ethereum, and note this is in gigahashes per second. We've plotted it against the price with a color-coded time dimension. So this is color-coding the time. So as it goes from blue to red, we're just going from 2015 to present day, just so you can see the the progression of events as they happened. And we speculated this chart is old, and we're going to update it in a minute. The last time I talked about this, I believe, was early May when I last showed this chart, and this is what it looked like in early May. And if you go back and watch that video, this is the trend line that we drew. This is the the $10,000 Ethereum theoretical projection, right? Plus or minus a few K. What's a few K among friends, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter exactly what it is. But we projected out, right, that we might see something like this. You can see that the price went up, the hash rate went up as well. It peaked, then the hash rate continued going up while the price went down. Then the hash rate went down as the price went down. So it kind of went through this phase of price going down, hash rate going up, then hash rate going down, price going down, then still not seeing a huge breakout of the hash rate, but price starting to go back up a little bit. And we projected out that this is something that we would likely see, or this could be a theoretical path. Now, one thing I want to say, because I know a lot of people are gonna be commenting on this, is that Ethereum 2.0 will likely release at some point during this market cycle, if I had to guess, right? It's probably going to be released sometime in the next 2 or 3 years. So when that happens, it will completely discount this chart, right? I mean, like, we know that this chart, once we transition from proof of work to proof of stake, this chart is going to be, it's not going to really have much meaning anymore in terms of these projections. But the point is we can at least, for now, until that happens, we'll just go with what we have. And I don't want to ignore an entire data set because of some future transition that it will take. We're not there yet, and because of that, we're just going to go with the data that we have. So we had the price versus the hash rate. Back in May, this is exactly the trend line I drew. I took it from the old PowerPoint and then I copied it onto here, and then this is what has happened since then. So you can see. You can kind of see this pillar forming here as the price has gone up, the hash rate has slowly started to increase, and so we're getting closer to that that random squiggly line that I drew, and we're starting to really move up with it. So potentially I think we're going to cross this eventually. The hash rate will continue to move up. We'll cross over. We'll form like a little loop here, and the price will slowly go up as well until eventually we get to our prior all-time high, and then continue on up to several $1,000s per Ethereum, maybe making it up to 10,000 Kelvin, or 10,000 Kelvin, it's the engineer in me, $10,000 for Ethereum, and then potentially coming back down as the price will go down, the hash rate will go up, and then the hash rate will go down as the price goes down, and we'll kind of curl back in and get to a new level and then continue on. Of course, this is assuming that the transition to proof of stake does not happen, and if the transition to proof of stake does not happen during this market cycle, then there's probably bigger things that Ethereum would need to worry about than this graph. So I just want to give you guys just like some type of projection there, and to see, right, that when I draw these squiggly lines, they're not just completely random. I do try to give a decent idea of something that I could see happening. And with that said, we'll continue to follow it. We'll see if it comes above the line or if it goes back below it, or if maybe we just chill in this region for a few months before continuing our journey. I also want to show the transaction, so you can see we kind of got to that upper limit, right, in January of 2018. We are currently reapproaching that limit. But this, as you can see, is not updated. This is from May, so I just wanted to provide an update. We drew these trend lines to say, okay, well, we're starting to slowly move back up. Maybe we'll get back up to this, this theoretical top over here, like we were at back in January of 2018. And in fact, we have gotten back up to that level. So you can see we have revisited that level, which is why, right, one of the reasons why the the transaction fees for Ethereum are so high, right? If you look at the average daily transaction fee, you can see that we're nearing the 2017, 2018 level. I mean, we're really not that far away from the fees that we experienced at the height of the bull run. So one of the reasons that people are willing to pay it, right, is a lot of people are trading a lot of ERC20s because they're going crazy on a lot of different exchanges, and because of that, they're okay paying a lot of these fees because they're making money trading these coins. So why not just pay a few bucks, right? The issue is I want to warn everyone now, we're kind of in that new paradigm shift for altcoins, especially a lot of new altcoins. A lot of the older altcoins aren't going as crazy, but a lot of the newer ones some of them are just going through the roof, right? And we're in that phase. We're getting into that phase of that huge speculative bubble among some of these altcoins, and the new paradigm shift. They're going to go up forever. I'm just warning you guys now that a lot of these coins, I don't know when it's going to happen. A lot of those coins that you see up like 50x, 100x or more, a lot of them are going to come back down, right? A lot of them will come back down because a lot of them are just pre-mined ERC20s, right? So if it's a pre-mined ERC20, then likely there's a lot of guys that just are sitting on a huge percentage of it and are just waiting to dump it at the right time. Obviously, there's projects where this is not the case and it's pre-mined and maybe they have uses for it. But there's a lot of coins out there that I just want you guys to be careful of. I'm not naming any names, but just be careful because when a coin is up 100x or something and then you're getting into the market, the risk that you're taking on is just enormous. And then hindsight, right, when you look back on it, you say, oh yeah, like that was a really bad time to buy. And maybe you get lucky and you buy it and it goes up 2x and then you cash out. But what happens if you buy it and then it drops 80% or 95% or 100%, right? What if it just goes to zero? So please be careful if you're toying with that right now. And because of that mania phase, a lot of the transaction fees on the Ethereum blockchain have just skyrocketed. And if you plot it, right, if you plot the price versus time and color code it based on the transaction fee, you can see we've reached the level we were at back in 2017, 2018. We've already reached approximately the same transaction fee, okay? Of course, the transaction fees can continue to go higher, which will shift where these colors are, right? If the transaction fees go to like $10 or something crazy, or $20, then of course these red points will no longer be red. The $20 would be red. It would essentially shift everything. But this just goes to show you that we are at the same level essentially that we were at back in early 2018, and things are getting a bit crazy with a lot of these coins. So what I would anticipate happening is a lot of the people will eventually take profits from these coins. I'm sure they've already started doing it, and a lot of that money will flow back into Ethereum, back into Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin crashes, then these other coins that have been pumping up like 10,000%, like if you're holding those coins, not all of them, some of them are probably okay, but if you're holding a majority of those coins, your portfolio is going to be in for a rude awakening. So just a friendly reminder to manage your risk during a time like this. Just a reminder. So this is all I had to show for the on-chain analysis of Ethereum. I do think that Ethereum is still on course. We've talked about a projection out over the next several months. I said 12 to 18 months. It could happen sooner rather than later, of getting to say a $750 to $900 Ethereum, kind of like our mid-market cycle projection. I feel like so far we're on track, because when I made that projection, we were at 230, 235 or so. We're currently sitting at 400. It doesn't seem like it's that far-fetched. If Bitcoin goes to 14K or 18K, then Ethereum's probably going to be going up to $700, $800. So just be prepared for that to happen if it does, so that you can take advantage of it in that situation. And if you're in it for the long haul, right? If you're in it for 3 or 4 years, then you're going to ride all these bubbles up and down. If you want to take advantage of short-term bubbles that may form, then remember, check out the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. I'll just remind you, you do get access to the risk analysis dashboard that I use to take advantage of these bubbles that form. There's a ton of people on the premium list. Everyone is loving it so far. If you want feedback on it before you join, check out the public Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below, and you can ask people questions about it and they'll give you their candid answers, you know, and you can figure out if it's the right thing for you or not. In addition to the risk dashboard, you get access to the strategies dashboard, where you can go through systematically a projection of you can put in how much Ethereum you have, and it's anonymous, of course, and then you can put in what your projection is of that future peak price, and then it walks you through various dynamic DCA strategies and how they would fare. And it's just a projection, right? There's some uncertainty associated with it, but it gives you a feeling of like what the risk is of just kind of holding and then selling one time where you think the peak is. There's a huge risk in doing that, and that's why instead of just DCAing your buys, my argument is you should DCA your sells as well to systematically offset your risk as you climb that ladder. And if you want access to all that, remember, just sign up to intothecryptoverse.com. You also get access to a weekly premium report and a weekly premium video and a private Telegram alerts and chat channel. So a lot of perks. You can pay with crypto to get a discount, a 15% discount for 12 months, a slightly less discount for 6. And then remember, finally, the prices are going up soon. So it will be, you know, we're going to get to that point. We're going to cap it. We're going to say, all right, the prices are going up. And from here on out, if you're not already on the premium list, then if you sign up from then on out, then you're going to have to pay the higher price. If you sign up now, you'll be grandfathered in to those prices for as long as you want until you decide to cancel. You could stay on the premium list at that lower price. So it's just a way to incentivize those people who get in earlier, because I feel like the people who get in earlier are the people that actually stand to benefit the most from it, right? Like if you're getting in on it on 2020, then come 2023 or something, whenever the peak of the next bull market is, I'm probably going to be screaming at you like, hey, we're at these really high risk levels. Like, you know, you really might want to consider offsetting a lot of this risk. And believe me, at that time, I'm not going to be making public YouTube videos telling everyone that the risk on Ethereum is like 0.85 or 0.9. It's going to be reserved for the premium list only at that time. I mean, the videos on the risk metric, well, they'll still exist, right, as we continue to go through the market cycle, but they're going to get a lot fewer and far between as we really continue on up the trajectory. So just a warning there, in case if you're thinking that I'm going to do a monthly video on the risk for the next 4 years. It will become less frequent as the risk levels go up, just so it incentivizes people more that are on the premium list and can take advantage of that. Let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. That's when we looked at on-chain analysis. I know a lot of you guys appreciate the on-chain analysis. And also give the video a thumbs up. Check out the Telegram channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.